came to me is our food editor, Deborah First, I think, saw that the bartender's Instagram post and kind of had started following him on Instagram as he was posting each additional cocktail that he was making, day after day. And we kind of sent over, a reporter and photographer first, and then sent me over to talk to him. So I went over mid-February to his place and kind of just hung out with him for a little bit and heard his story. And so in terms of production, it was just me. I brought a camera and, like a shotgun microphone on a mic stand and a couple of lights for the interview, and basically just talked to him and then had him make a cocktail for me. That took probably about 2 hours total filming. Then I think I went home and edited it, and I think I had most of that edit done by the next day, like midday. I think, so it's probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours of shooting. A lot of that time I think was kind of the shoot the shit with guy, kind of getting to know his story a little bit so that I even knew what I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't really know much about him when I went into it. Story, which is kind of the way I actually prefer, to get into these things. I don't want him to think I know, everything, his entire story. So that when I get him to tell me his story on camera, he gives a genuine telling of the story. I edited for probably 8 hours, 8 hours or something like that. I thought that the edit was going to be insanely long because I couldn't figure out initially how to batch download all 500 of his Instagram photos, which I thought would be cool to show, in rapid succession. Eventually I found this free online batch downloader, and so even if you're not connected to someone's Instagram account, this thing will download everyone's all of their entire Instagram. You see a montage, I guess, of cocktails, all of which he shot. He was totally, so I asked him if I could do it, but I found that to be interesting. I didn't know there was something like that. From just a technical standpoint, he was in a very dim, small room and had some window light kind of interfering with his kind of tungsten, regular lamp light. And it just kind of made for a sort of a tough environment that was it was dim and the colors were mixed, not kind of the way I wanted them to be. Just trying to bring the best out and the scene and make him kind of pop out of his scenery was hard. Sometimes the story just really makes the edit fun and feels kind of effortless, and I think that's when I feel like I'm on the right track. And the good thing about this one is that I could actually see someone doing something. A lot of times we're dealing with things that have already happened. This one was just fun, and when I'm having fun, it doesn't feel hard, I guess. I probably would have brought more light. Sometimes when I'm going around in the city, I'm kind of Ubering around with I try to bring as much gear as I realistically can or need for that shoot. Sometimes I don't plan exactly right. So yeah, I didn't exactly plan gear-wise quite as well as I would have liked. We edit on IMAX, those 5K, screen IMAX, which are pretty nice computers, and the 3 editors are linked up via a network so we can kind of work together. I tend to kind of overpack a lot. I bring a lot of gear with me on set. In terms of knowing equipment, I would recommend to basically I think reading the B&H catalog. It's a gear manufacturer. Looking at online gear blogs. There's a number of them, that review camera equipment and that sort of thing. It's a really easy way to kind of get familiar with what kind of gear is out there. And if you don't know what something does, learning how it works is pretty easy with the internet and that sort of thing. So I would seriously recommend it. If you're interested in video, learn about everything to do with video production, from microphones to lenses to camera, stabilizing gear, to everything. You never know when you're going to use it or want to use it, and all that stuff's fun. So this is my honest advice: be your own worst critic. I think the best thing that you can do is look at your own work and compare it to others and try to get better. Basically, just critique your own work to the point where it's slightly savage, I think, and you will develop that skill to look critically and ask, how can I make this better, and show other people and ask them how can they make it better. And interns really seriously learn a lot, I think, from the 3 producers that we have. We've been trying to get one because there's a lot of things we could really use help on, but No, we don't have any interns in video at the moment. Last thing. L and J cuts, all right? When you're editing, if you don't know what it is, look it up. That will make you instantly a better editor. If you know what they are, good, use them, all right? Yeah, don't be afraid to use them. For some reason, it's like, put a couple L and J cuts in there and like people can't even believe it.